Good morning students. In this video we are going to see about cosets and Lagrange's theorem. First let me see about definition of left coset and right coset. If H is a subgroup of G, then for each element in G the set AH equal to set of all A into small h such that small h belongs to capital H is called a left coset of H in G. That is, the term AH can be written as multiplication of element in G and element in H. Next, the set HA equal to set of all small h into A, where small h belongs to the subgroup capital H, is a right coset of H in G. So in first one, A occurs in the left side of H, therefore that is left coset. Here in second one, HA, in the second one HA, A occurs in the right side of H, therefore this is a right coset. Next we move on to the lemma. So this lemma state that if H is a subgroup of the finite group G, then for all A belongs to G, determinant of, that is modulus of AH is equal to modulus of H, that is number of elements in left coset is equal to number of elements in H. For that you consider that left coset, that is AH is equal to set of all A into small h, where small h belongs to the subgroup H. So this will implies that number of elements in AH is less than or equal to number of elements in H. In case if number of elements in left coset is less than number of elements in subgroup, we have A into small hi is equal to A into small hj, with hi, hj are distinct elements of H. So here if you apply the left cancellation law, then we'll get hi is equal to hj. That is, there is no difference between the elements of H, that is hi equal to hj. So number of elements in AH is equal to number of elements in H. Next, let us see the statement of next lemma. That is, if H is a subgroup of the finite group G, then for all A comma B belongs to G, either AH is equal to BH or there is no common elements between AH and BH. Okay, then now we move on to the Lagrange's theorem part. So this Lagrange's theorem states that if G is a finite group of order n with H is a subgroup of G with order m, then m divides n, that is order of H divides order of G. So proof inga nama 3 cases ah paakrom. In first case H equal to G nu consider panikrom. Second case la H is the subset of G nu consider panikrom. Third la G is a subset of H nu consider panikrom. So first case, if H is equal to G, then m divides n, that is H equal to G means automatically number of elements in H is equal to number of elements in G, that is number of elements in H is equal to m and number of elements in G is equal to n. M equal to n means automatically say that m divides n. In second case, we consider that H is a subset of G, then m divides n. When H is a subset of G will implies or number of elements in H is less than number of elements in G. That is nothing but m. This will implies m is less than n. So in this case, if you write G as left coset AH union H means, then number of elements in G can be written as number of elements in left coset plus number of elements in H. So by lemma 1, that is lemma 1, this lemma state that if H is a subgroup of the finite group G, then for all A belongs to G, number of elements in AH is equal to number of elements in H. Using that lemma, I write number of elements in AH is equal to number of elements in H, and second number of elements in H as number of elements in H. So when you add these two things, we will get 2 into determinant of H. We know that number of elements in G is equal to, given that one as n, and which is equal to 2 into number of elements in H is m. So when you write n equal to 2, m means, then automatically we say that m divides n. In case 3, we assume that if H contains G, then m divides n. When H contains G, that will implies that number of elements in H is greater than number of elements in G. This m is greater than n. So in this case, if you write G as left coset, 2 left coset, BH union AH, and third one is union H, then number of elements in G can be written as number of elements in BH plus number of elements in AH plus number of elements in H. Using first lemma, we can write the left coset, number of elements in left coset is equal to number of elements in H. And second one, number of elements in AH is also can be written as number of elements in H. Third one as it is number of elements in H. So when you add these three things, we will get 3 into determinant of H. So number of elements in G is n, which is equal to 3 into number of elements in H as m. When we write n equal to 3n means, we can easily say that m divides n. So in all the three cases, that is, if you consider H equal to G, or H is a subset of G, or G is a subset of H, in all the three cases m divides n. Therefore, we can say that when H is a subgroup of G, where G is a finite group, then automatically we can say that number of elements in subgroup divides number of elements in G. Now let us move on to the problem part. Let G is equal to S4. For that, we prove that for alpha is equal to this value, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1. Find the subgroup H equal to cyclic group alpha. So for that, you have to determine the subgroup H of the group G is equal to S4, where alpha is equal to the given value 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1. To find the order of alpha, for that you have to form the cyclic group H equal to cyclic group A. So then by using the function composition, we get alpha squared equal to alpha into alpha value, multiplication of alpha into alpha. That is, here alpha value is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1. So 2 times multiply பண்றப்ப here 1 to 2, 2 to 3. So first element is 3. Next one 2 to 3, 3 to 4. Next one 3 to 4, 4 to 1. Last one 4 to 1, 1 to 2. This is your alpha squared value. Next, alpha cube. So alpha cube கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு alpha into alpha 3 times alpha வால் multiply பண்ணலாம். Otherwise alpha squared into alpha வால் multiply பண்ணலாம். Here alpha squared value is this one, alpha value is this. So when you multiply these two things, 1 to 3, 3 to 4. First element is 4. Next one 2 to 4, 4 to 1. Third one 3 to 1, 1 to 2. Fourth one 4 to 2, 2 to 3. So this is your alpha cube value. Next we move on to alpha power 4. Alpha power 4 கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு alpha cube into alpha பண்ணலாம்ல. 4 times alpha வால multiply பண்ணலாம். So third combination is alpha squared into alpha squared. Here alpha squared value ரெண்டு எழுதியிருக்கேன். So when I use the root map 1 to 3, 3 to 1. Second one 2 to 4, 4 to 2. Third one 3 to 1, 1 to 3. Fourth one 4 to 2, 2 to 4. So which is automatically equal to pi naught value. Alpha power 4 is equal to pi naught வருது. So இதோட stop பண்ணிக்கலாம். So எப்போ நம்ம ஆல்ஃபாவால் மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணிட்டே இருக்குமோ அப்போ ஒன்ஸ் ஐடென்டிட்டி எலிமெண்ட் எக்ஸிஸ்ட் ஆச்சுன்னா அதோட ஸ்டாப் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஸோ S4ஓட ஆர்டரும் நமக்கு ஆர்டர் 4னு கிடச்சிது. Then alpha 4 is the identity permutation in S4. Then the elements of subgroup H are alpha, alpha squared, alpha cube, alpha power 4. Once நம்ம ஐடென்டிட்டி எலமெண்ட் இப்போ மாதிரி பவர்ஸ் மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணுறப்ப ஐடென்டிட்டி எலமெண்ட் ரிசல்ட்டாக கிடச்சிச்சின்னா அதோட ஸ்டாப் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஹியர் ஆல்ஃபா வேல்யூ கிடச்சிருக்கிறது எழுதியிருக்கோம். ஆல்ஃபா ஸ்கொயர் கண்டுபிடிச்சது, ஆல்ஃபா கியூப் கண்டுபிடிச்ச வேல்யூ, ஆல்ஃபா பவர் 4ம் கண்டுபிடிச்ச வேல்யூ எழுதியிருக்கோம். திஸ் இஸ் யுவர் elements of subgroup of H. So in the second problem, if H and K be subgroup of a group G where E is the identity of G, they asked to prove that if order of H is equal to 10 and order of K equal to 21 means we have to prove that intersection of H and K is equal to identity element. For that we need to prove that if order of H equal to 10 and order of K equal to 21, then H intersection K equal to E. So our aim to prove that H intersection K equal to set of all E. Let H and K be subgroup of G where E is the identity of G. Let X belongs to, when you consider that X belongs to H intersection K, then we have, when X belongs to H intersection K means automatically X belongs to H and X belongs to K. If X belongs to H, then we have order of X divides 10, which will implies that order of X is equal to, so 10 or divisors that is 1, 2, 5, 10. Similarly, if X belongs to K, then we have order of X divides 21. So 21 divisors are 1, 3, 7 and 21. So now check what is the common point between 1 and 2. That is 1 only the common. So in group, hence order of X equal to 1. So in group, 1 is identity E. Hence H intersection K is equal to 1, which is nothing but E. Therefore H intersection K is equal to set of all E if order of H equal to 10 and order of K is equal to 21. Now let us move on to the third problem. Let G equal to S4, the symmetric group of 4 symbols, and let H be the subset of G where H is equal to set of all the 4 elements. Then they asked to construct a table to show that H is a abelian subgroup of G. So to construct a table to show that H is a abelian subgroup of G for a subset H is equal to set of all the 4 values of a group G, that is G equal to S4, the symmetric group 1, 4 symbols. So for that, in this 4 elements, first we consider that the first element is equal to E, that is an identity element, and second element 1 2 3 4 2 1 4 3 as alpha, third element as beta, and fourth one as gamma. So where E is the identity of subgroup S4. Using the definition of function composition, we get alpha into alpha. Using root map, we can easily find out 1 to 2, 2 to 1. First element is 1. Second one 2 to 1, 1 to 2. Third one 3 to 4, 4 to 3. Fourth one 4 to 3, 3 to 4, which is nothing but identity element E. Second one alpha into beta. Here 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 2 to 1, 1 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 2, 4 to 3, 3 to 1. So it is equal to delta. Next, when you multiply delta in alpha into delta, you will get 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 2 to 1, 1 to 4, 3 to 4, 4 to 1, 4 to 3, 3 to 2, which value is nothing but beta value. Next, when you multiply beta into alpha, that is 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 3 to 4, 2 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 1, 1 to 2, 4 to 2, 2 to 1, which value is equal to delta. Next, when you multiply beta into beta, 1 to 3, 3 to 1, 2 to 4, 4 to 2, 3 to 1, 1 to 3, 4 to 2, 2 to 4, which is equal to E, identity element. Next, beta into delta. 1 to 3, 3 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 1, 3 to 1, 1 to 4, 4 to 2, 2 to 3. So 2, 1, 4, 3 value is nothing but alpha. Next, delta into alpha. 1 to 4, 4 to 3, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 3 to 2, 2 to 1, 4 to 1, 1 to 2, which value is nothing but beta. Next, delta into beta. 1 to 4, 4 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 1, 3 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 1, 1 to 3, which value is nothing but alpha. Similarly, find out multiplication of delta into delta. 1 to 4, 4 to 1, 2 to 3, 3 to 2, 3 to 2, 2 to 3, 4 to 1, 1 to 4, which is identity element E. Hence, the table for H under multiplication operation is shown below. So when you multiply E into E, we know that identity element with any another element means the result is equal to E into alpha means alpha, E into beta is beta, E into delta is delta. So next, alpha into alpha is using the above multiplication, we can fill up the remaining values. So if G is a group and the non-empty subgroup H of G with H is a subgroup of G, if and only if H is closed under the binary operation of G. So here we know we can easily state that the binary operation, the H is closed under the binary operation of G, hence H is a subgroup of G. Since the entries in the table are symmetric about the diagonal from the upper left to lower left, we have H an abelian subgroup of G, that is alpha into beta is nothing but delta. Similarly, beta into alpha is also delta. Here alpha into beta is delta. Similarly, beta into alpha is also delta. Next, beta into delta is alpha. Delta into beta is also alpha. Alpha into delta is beta. Delta is beta. Delta into alpha is also beta. So Abelian condition is satisfied here. So we can say that H is an abelian subgroup of G.